Welcome to the Professor of Perseverance podcast. I'm Dr. James Purdue, the Professor of Perseverance, here to run another day four. Wow, day 4 of September. I'm not going to say that it's September. I'm going to say September spinal cord injury awareness, but I'm not going to say it ought to be September prevent injury awareness. I'm not going to say it anymore. So I'm not saying it today. I'm just letting you know I'm not saying it. All right. So, hey, today we're moving on. Got another spinal cord person, and he has been gracious to be on before and has kindly come in a pinch. I need someone right now, and he said, boom, hook me up, and we're going. So thank you, and we've had him before. This is Tim. This is Will Life Taylor. Get that button pushed. There you are, buddy.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good now. I appreciate you coming in on a pinch.
Absolutely.
So, things happen. Other people have to cancel, and I'm glad you're able to step up. And hopefully one day I can return the favor with you on a pinch, hopefully. So
definitely, man. I'm more than happy to be here.
So, and you're up at PA. I remember, again, when I was 10, 11 years old, my father was from Philly, and he brought us up there to go meet his parents. And so we got to see the Liberty Bell, get to see the real deal. And I remember bringing home a little Liberty Bell item for a souvenir. So
That's awesome.
It was pretty cool. I would love to get up there now that I'm older and know a little bit more history than I did when I was 12. I would like to get up there and tour around now. So, all right.
Cool.
Hey, we got Jan Fansler in. Hey, Jan, thank you for coming in. And Kiara.
Jan. Hey, Kiara.
All right. Thank you for coming in. Hi, y'all. Thank you. All right. Tim, let's go and get started here, bud. We all got stuff to do today. Let's move it. All right, Tim, go ahead and refresh the ones that hadn't heard before, or refresh the memories of the ones that have heard before, your story.
So when I was 18 years old, I got out of work early one day and went to go see my girlfriend's sister play softball. And we left a softball game, went to their house, and got a little hungry, and we decided on a pizza. So on our way to get the pizza, we're heading down a road that we traveled frequently, and we were coming around a turn, and car came around on our side of the road. We swerved to miss the car, end up losing control and going airborne and hitting a tree with the roof of the car, and I end up waking up in the hospital after a 12-day coma and some surgeries on my leg and my neck, and to the news that I was paralyzed and that I had lost my girlfriend and her sister in the accident, and then that was pretty much how it happened.
That's your story, and you're sticking to it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's sad to stick to it, but it's also, you got to own it. You got to move on. Life happens. Sorry for the loss and sorry for everything. Now, I didn't ask this last time. Did anything happen with the woman that crossed the lane, and anything happen with her? Y'all find her, catch her?
No, there wasn't enough evidence, whatever you want to call it, to point fingers and whatnot, because, yada, yada. But so nothing really, but it's what it is. Things happen. It can't change anything. So, but
yep. Just whatever circumstances, we try to make the best out of it. It's hard. I'm not saying it's easy. No one's ever said it's easy. I don't care what it is, but try our best to move on. And sometimes we can't. Sometimes we have to live a nightmare for a long time before we can move on. But seems like you're doing well with it. And again, sorry for your girlfriend and her sister, and sorry for their family as well.
Thanks.
Your family. So I didn't ask this last time, and I don't want to pinch your toes too bad, but have you, because I've heard other people's done this, have you tried to live with what's called survivor guilt? Why did I live and they didn't? why, why couldn't I have died so my girlfriend would have lived? I mean, have you ever been through anything like that?
Yeah, a little bit. When it first happened, it was kind of like, why me? What's my purpose? Kind of deal. But yeah, I think with any kind of sole survivor type of incident or accident, I think most people are going to end up going through that kind of deal.
See, for me, well, I was gonna say for me, it was just me that got hurt. I mean, well, I got hurt. The guy that hit me, I'm sure he suffered in his own way, but I mean, no one died, and so I didn't go through. I mean, I went through the why me stage, but not the why did I live, and
Right.
someone else died. So I would just I thought about that after we got done the other time, and I was going. I should have asked him that. So so I'm sure you went through some type of depression. And do you have an idea about how long it took to get out of it? Do you still pop in and out of it? Are you still in it? What do you get to say with anything like that?
Absolutely. Hang on one second. I got a guy delivering packages. I apologize.
That's okay.
But yeah, absolutely. There was depression at first, but with my support system and my friends, my family, they kept me laughing. They kept me upbeat, and so yes, there was at first like any kind of I guess spinal cord injury or any kind of tragedy or horrific incident, that there's going to be that little bit of a depression, and you got to just get in the mindset of this is the way it's going to be. I got to I got to give it my all, and just quote unquote live your best life while you can. But I'd say probably about maybe 4, 5, 6 months, depending, going back and forth. When I used to ride the lift bus to therapy and stuff like that, that didn't really help my depression very much. So once that was over, once I got my own vehicle and stuff, and I can do things more independently, and like I said, my support system kept me laughing, kept me upbeat. But yeah, definitely, I still get those slumps of a roller coaster of depression here and there. Just like anybody has their bad days, it's the same thing. It's just a different type of onset. What puts you in that mindset? If you have a bad day with like a bowel accident or like a UTI or kind of things like that kind of put you in a little bit of a funk, but you gotta just take your 5 minutes of downtime and then jump back out of it, and try to put a smile on your face the best you can, I guess.
Put a smile on, baby, and go from there. Yeah, it's amazing how much a bowel movement can change your day.
Yeah.
It could be a good thing because you finally needed to go, or it could be a bad thing depending on where you're at. Where the so-called able-bodied people may not understand that. Not to say they've never gone in their pants before, but
Right.
they can go in their pants, but if they're standing beside you, everybody thinks it's you. So, so you may be you're the cleanest one ever. Everyone could be thinking it's you. So,
and then if you got a good buddy, he'll blame it on you. So,
oh, exactly. So, so here's Jan asking a question: what's been the hardest place for you to get in a public place?
So funny story about that one, Jan. Thanks for the question. So I used to do a lot of thrifting and thrift store buying and Goodwills and Salvation Army and all that, yard sales. I'm a big yard sale fan. Well, there was a Goodwill that I wanted to go shopping in, and I didn't know this at the time. It was probably a good 35-minute drive from my house. And I get there, and there is like probably an 8-inch step or a 6-inch step, whatever the standard step sizes because it was an old brick building, and so I was kind of bummed, and I had my helper go in. I asked the guy, I was like, "Do you have a ramp in the back, or a portable ramp that you could bring out?" They didn't have anything, so my helper went in and kind of looked around for me. She had an idea what I like or what I look for, but nothing, So I left, and I came home, and I thought about it for a while, and I'm like, I'm gonna Google a lumber yard near this store and see what if I can get a piece of plywood that I can use for a ramp. And so I called the lumber yard just 5 minutes from that store, and I stopped there the one day, and the guy kind of laughed. He's like, you want me to cut you a piece of wood so you can get in a store? And I was like, yeah, I mean, I want to go shopping there. So he cut me the piece of wood, and I threw it in my van and drove to the store, did my shopping and whatnot. And I thought about it, and I was like, well, there's more people that probably want to shop here that can't. So I reached out to the regional, Facebook page of these local Goodwills or whatever. And I let them know what the situation was. And they messaged me back a couple weeks later and said, thank you so much for letting us know. We now have a ramp out there for, that anybody could use. So more people can shop there, because they were probably missing out on profit. If Auntie Joan wanted to go shop in there and she had her little walker, she probably couldn't make it in there. So I figured, now everybody can shop. If anybody else has a wheelchair, now they can shop there. So I thought that was pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. You've helped out the next person. You've passed it on. So you've done well with that. That's awesome. My first question would be, would have been to the Goodwill headquarters, whatnot, would have been, I thought you're supposed to help people that are disabled. How can you help be trained, get jobs or whatnot? Well, how can I be trained if I can't get into your store?
Right.
I would ask that first and then make the suggestion. Yeah.
The funny part is they had a sign on the window that says, we, I don't know the exact phrasing of it, but it's like, we cater to the disabled and yada, yada. And I actually took a picture with the plywood just to kind of put it on Facebook and just say, funny story, but whatever. But I'll have to send that picture to you. It's kind of funny that the way it happened, but it was pretty cool.
So, all right, Tim. So you mentioned a little bit quickly, you mentioned about your support system, making you laugh and everything. And who was that? Some of your friends, family?
Yeah. Like my parents and are still around, and I have like a good triangle square of friends. I wouldn't call it a circle of friends anymore, but more so a square of friends. And they always check in on me, or, we get together once in a while and, have a good laugh. And so, yeah, definitely all those friends that kept me laughing and kept me upbeat, and just, for the first year, I probably had people over daily, every other day. I'd have friends in and out, just hanging out. I don't know if they knew that I needed that upbeat or upbringing or uplifting spirit or whatever, and kept me laughing. But I don't know, it just worked out really well that they always kept me in check, and just kept, like, if I would get down on myself, my buddy would make me laugh and do something funny, or, whatever it was. But yeah, definitely have to have those people around you that keep you that want to see you rise and not, like, bring you down.
You mentioned several times laughter. Do you think having a good sense of humor has helped you get through this?
I really do. I crack a lot of jokes, especially about myself when, something bad happens. Like, I don't know, it's just like, I guess with like Bauer team, when you got to have your helper there, doing certain things like, digital stim, whatever it may be, that you just kind of make those jokes about, to make the situation a little bit easier and a little bit lighter, and, a little more enjoyable, and just You got to laugh, you know.
Laughter is sometimes the best medicine.
You're
So,
absolutely right.
I'm like you. I believe that a good sense of humor, because if not, the alternative is staying pissed off, and
Yep.
that's only going to drive you to a stroke quicker than normal, like that. So yeah, I'm like that. I would like to try to stay as humorous as possible, and I'm like you. I would do stuff, make fun of myself. You know, just it seems like it eases the tension of people
Yeah.
around you,
Yep.
especially when a mistake has been made and they're worried about you, and then you let them know, hey, it's cool, man. We're all right.
Especially like the time when I fell on the floor when I was in a mid getting transferred into bed, and we end up making it to our way to the floor on accident. And I was laying there, and I asked my helper, I was like, "You want to have a picnic while we're down here?" And meanwhile, she was crying, and she ended up started laughing. So I kept her calm in that sense. But I mean, you know, bad shit happens, but you gotta make light of it, you know.
Two quick stories. I think they're funny now, but when I was in the hospital, you know, when you're in the hospital and first paralyzed, being a quad, you can't transfer. You don't know what to do. You might be able to feed yourself and might not, but everybody's doing everything for you. And I don't know what I had in my head to think. I wanted to get in because they had two separate rails and it was empty in the middle. So I was trying to get through the rail, that middle spot, just so I can touch the floor. And I don't know what the deal was, but just so I can say I touched the floor. A nurse come in, pushed me back in. You're gonna fall out of bed, and she leave, but I saw her stand at the door watching me. And then I'm trying to touch the floor, and she comes back in, and she said, "What are you gonna do if you fall out of bed and you break your hip?" I said, "Then I can say I broke my hip, not."
Right.
The therapist trying to transfer me into my chair dropped me and broke my hip. The nurse tried to get me in my chair and dropped me. And I said, I can say I broke my hip, you know.
Right.
And then, but then we come back from the second story. We come back from Birmingham, Spain rehab is where it was. So that night we come in about midnight. We finally get home, and my older brother, and my mom had come down to learn how to transfer me and stuff. Then out of the car and into the car. Well, actually, we didn't even try the car. They just did the bed and the wheelchair. My brother here he is trying to get me into the out of the car into the wheelchair for the very first time. And next thing I knew, I woke up laying on the ground where they had that called a Philadelphia collar, had that on me. He went to go pick me up. It cut the blood and air circulation, so I passed out. Of course, then I'm limp and heavy, so he puts me on the ground. I wake up, and then I see him kicking our fence where he's so mad. so yeah, he got upset, and I was just going, "Hey, I'm down here.
Thank
Get on
God for
up, let's
brothers,
go.
man.
You know, just go." So
Right.
so all right, Tim. So what? I'm sure it's part of your instinct. It's part of your nature, in your DNA. What makes you stay positive? What drives you, motivates you?
Just living happy, man. Like, just I was never like the type of person to be down, and just what drives me and motivates me is just, you know, living happy and helping other people. And just knowing that I may, you know, help somebody live a better life, like doing this, you know, my YouTube videos and stuff like that, that, you know, I get these messages that, you know, it helps somebody's life or help somebody live better. You know, watching something I said, or, you know, I get messages of that, you know, I made somebody's day better to make them laugh, you know, if they were feeling down, you know, about whatever it was, and that, you know, they were having a better day because of, you know, something I did or something I said. That that's kind of been my most recent push, you know, my motivation and, you know, my inspiration to keep doing what I'm doing. And so just, you know, living your best life, you know, that's what matters. And, you know, if I can help somebody do that, you know, that's awesome.
And you're younger than me, but I'm glad that you discovered trying to help the fellow man. I mean, of course, I knew that's what I want to do as well. But the older I get, the more that I can see other persons being helped. I get great satisfaction and gratitude from
Yep.
that. To knowing that I did do something that helped out the next person from
Absolutely.
there. So Jan throwing around a big compliment for us. Thank you, Jan. Said we go through a lot, but keep a great attitude and inspiration.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Jan. Jan also said you was talking about going in depression and going there every now and again. She says you can visit Pittyville, but don't move in.
Pity City. I love that.
Yeah.
Might have to use
Pity
that sometime.
City, but don't move in. Can't move in.
Right.
So, so, all right, Tim, what else you want to enlighten us with? Because we're going to finish up here in a minute, and I'm going to get you to give me your big, powerful statement. But anything else that you want to share to me you hadn't discussed?
Not that I can think of, man. That we have.
Hey, I want everybody somehow we got to get up a GoFundMe page for Tim. We need to do that and come up with the money to help raise to get you your driving assistant devices. I don't know how much that stuff costs. We need to research into it. I know you can go to your local vocational rehab, and they'll help pay for most of it, if not all of it. But if they don't pay for everything, we need to figure out how much that stuff costs and do a GoFundMe for you, buddy. Because I'm telling you, like I was saying you earlier, once you start driving the first time, you're going to realize leaving mom and dad at home and I'll see you later, the independence, the freedom. And so the first time you're going to really enjoy it. So, all right, Tim, we're going to shut her down a little earlier. So I'm trying to do as many as I can in September for Spinal Cord Injury Awareness Month. And so I'm not trying to keep everybody forever. I just want to get a good stories and everything, get everybody's story out there. And so to leave us with a powerful statement there, Tim, something that's going to help the next person that's struggling.
Just, if somebody is struggling, just, if you got a good friend that'll help make you laugh and keep you upbeat, lean on them, lean on your family, lean on your, anybody that wants to see you rise. If you don't have a friend that wants to see you rise and it's always putting you down, they shouldn't be in your life, honestly. But whatever's keeping you down, like I said, the last time, the sun will still rise tomorrow. You just got to keep your head up and just keep pushing forward and just try to, live your best life while you can. Life is too short to be unhappy all the time.
There will be a point in your life where you will not be able to live your best life. And hopefully for all of us, most of us, when we get old enough that we just can't. Hopefully it's not from another tragedy or whatnot, but that's going to happen again and well somewhere with other people. So before we leave, Jan's asking you, she says, what's those stuff over there on your wall? Those red items.
The stuff on the wall, on the shelf here is most of the stuff that my subscribers have sent me, between postcards and a Nightmare Before Christmas I got from my friend Kristen. And then on top of that is a Canada hat from another subscriber friend, Sarah and Tyler. So yeah, they send me stuff and I've just been collecting, and so yeah.
I know you're big because I remember the one video that you did, and you're big with your duct tape.
Yeah, I make a lot of that. Actually, most of my cup holders on my chair are duct tape. They're nice and squishy, and if it's like that hard plastic, it's gonna break. So these duct tape cup holders work well.
And I know that you somehow duct tape reached out to you and sent you a big box of duct tape.
Yeah. No, it was what was it? Gorilla. Yeah, Gorilla Tape.
Gorilla Tape. All right, Gorilla Tape.
Yep. They sent me a box of goodies, duct tape. There was like different Gorilla glues and stuff like that. And so yeah, that's pretty cool.
So that's awesome when you get their attention to want to reach out and help you out. That's awesome. So
yeah.
All right, Tim, I'm ready to go. We're taking a nap. It's humid here in Tennessee, so it's humid here.
Enjoy some sunshine and get some shade and some nice fresh air while I can.
Put your sunglasses on because your future's so bright. You got to wear shades. No one's ever asked me to sing, so I don't have to worry about that. All right, Tim, thank you, buddy, for this short notice and hopping in.
Absolutely.
Everyone else, thank you for coming in today. Thank you for the ones coming in later to catch the replay. Do something today, tomorrow, something next week that's going to help you persevere past your paralysis.